Now, there is growing concern about the safety of hand sanitizers. And South Africa is reportedly behind the curve in putting in place measures to ensure that products are safe. This is a very important issue because it really is the vanguard between us either getting COVID or not. I want to talk now to Lise Korsten from the Centre for Excellence in Food Security at the University of Pretoria. Lise, good afternoon to you and a very warm welcome. The purpose of a hand sanitizer, first of all, good afternoon to you. Explain to us why it's important and how it works.
So this is very important. Sanitizers, it's been traditionally used in the food industry and also in the medical industry. And it has a very specific purpose to either kill pathogens, we're talking about foodborne pathogens, or human pathogens. It can also be developed in terms of its efficacy in terms of viruses. So we refer to bactericides or virucides, and they are specifically tailor-made and formulated for specific purposes.
And it's critical that that word formulated, that we give acknowledgement to that, because there are very strict regulations, I understand, about what they should contain and what they shouldn't contain. Simplify that for me.
So this is very important. We say that it has to have a minimum of 70% and preferably, according to World Health Organization, 80% alcohol in that formulated product. It may contain additives, and we specifically look at different things to protect the hand from drying, glycerol, for instance. But in short, it should not have less than at least 70% ethanol. The problem is when it doesn't have ethanol but some alternative replacement products such as methanol, for instance, or glutaraldehyde or methylated spirits, and that's where the big concern comes in.
You're making me nervous because you're taking me back to a chemistry class that I failed many, many years ago. But you make the point that by early October, so the beginning of this month, more than 200 products have been recalled that either contain methanol 1 or propanol or less than the required amount of alcohol. What's the problem with these two products and the others that you've just mentioned?
So what's important about these products, first of all, it gives the consumer a fake sense of protection. Because it does not comply, it will not actually kill the virus. So this is the key. The second key point is it may contain substances that will be toxic. It may cause eczema, it may cause irritation, and it may have long-term health effects. Now, specifically, if you look at the use of hand sanitizers for children or the elderly, and we know they have a thinner skin, they absorb more, and it will have long-term impact. And particularly with allergies, this is a major concern. So we also worry about people drinking it, and we've seen poisoning increases, particularly in the Western Cape. There's a few good reports on that.
That is very, very disturbing. So when I buy a hand sanitizer, what am I looking for on the label?
You have to look at the company. Is it a registered company, a licensed company? Does it comply with SANS? And that's very important. It's a national standard for ethanol-based hand sanitizers. And it has to give the percentage of alcohol that's in that bottle and any additives. And that's very important. Usually we don't want colorants in or perfumes. And it's very important that the consumer is aware of what they buy, and they must look at the expiry date and specifically look at the label, what's in it. The problem is if you go into a building and you get sprayed and you don't know what's in that, that's the problem.
Well, I guess you can demand to see what is in the bottle, but again, that's difficult to do. Whose job then is it to police these protocols or these regulations?
Well, we do have the National Regulatory for specifications, and there's also, of course, the Department of Health. We do have environmental health inspectors. We do have several bodies that can actually regulate that. They can inspect premises where these products are formulated, and also distribution centers. The problem is there's a lot of homemade recipes around. The World Health Organization do have 2 recipes that they have on their website that people can make their own. The problem is if you purchase, and particularly if you bulk purchase, and you use it for your consumers, the customers, you must make sure it's not a fake product and it's safe for use.
So that's the theory, but again, I'm assuming that all of this is going to be a capacity problem because it's going to be virtually impossible to monitor this, surely.
Yes, so the biggest problem is overnight we had so many required volumes that had to come into the country, either be produced, manufactured, distributed, and there was just no ways we could comply. In fact, it's a global thing. The world wasn't ready for it. So that's why we had a lot of fake products coming in. And just to give you an idea, we had roughly a 400% increase in bulk orders in products coming in, raw materials to help formulate this. So you can imagine there was a lot of companies suddenly overnight popping up. We know that there was 66 million estimated above market prices from a lot of these fake companies, and there was just no ways we could regulate it. We had a lot of other things to do, and I think it's a priority now that we're ready for the second wave and we know what we're selling, and it's every person, every individual and every company's responsibility to make sure that the product is not fake.
It is a disturbing turn of events. Thank you very much.